We're back, and as they say, it is third time the charm. Weekly Wrap, episode 3. We're the only show brave enough to combine politics, weather, crime, and absurdity all into one Aussie-shaped burrito. So grab a cuppa, or depending on how your Sunday got, maybe something else, because we're diving headfirst into the week that was. But without further ado, let's get to the news. Even if you were living under a rock, you would have heard this, mostly because your neighbours were complaining about it. The gods of our country, not the weather, but our politicians made a new bomb app. And well, let's just say no one likes it. People are avoiding it like last night's dinner's leftovers you said you would definitely eat tomorrow. Not even the people at the bureau want to use it. It's almost like they rolled out the app and forgot people actually had to use it. The radar is so confusing. You need a PhD in hieroglyphics to figure out that little purple dot means rain, a tornado, or your life decisions. The best part is, the bombers left the old website for people to use, almost like they knew no one would use the new app. It's the digital equivalent of buying a new diet book while also buying chocolate cake. They know people will ignore the new thing, but hey, at least it looks like they tried. To be honest, don't use the new bomb app. Your best bet is to go outside and see for yourself. Even Alexa told me to go outside instead of using the bomb. It was definitely terrible timing for the Bureau app to release, as a few days after it was released, Brisbane was hammered with the most severe storm since ex-tropical cyclone Alfred. It's ironic, as not long ago we were talking about how hot it was. It was the hottest October on record. Now Brisbane's like, F it. Let it rain. Overnight we went from 38 degrees to 22. If this isn't Australia, this isn't Brisbane weather, this is Melbourne weather. Too bad the bomb radar didn't warn me. Brisbane weather has been like a teenager's mood swings. You didn't know what you were going to get, and in an instant, it changed. This week's moral: if you're in Brisbane, pack your sunnies and your gumboots, because somewhere in there is the forecast. Over to the US now. Mississippi has officially entered the what could possibly go wrong next territory, while a hostile STD carrying monkey busted loose from a truck hauling primates. Because of course, that's something that happens. The semi flipped over on the highway, leaving several monkeys infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID, which is basically every virus in the monkey starter pack. To escape the back of the broken doors, one primate crawled out of the back looking less like a lab monkey and more like your ex who's still mad about 2019. Headlines are screaming, police hunting for diseased primate, armed with an STD, and dangerous. Which honestly sounds like the plot of a horror comedy starring Nicolas Cage. 6 monkeys made a break for it, 5 were destroyed, leaving one very angry, very viral, and very out of control primate on the loose. Authorities are warning locals that it's aggressive towards humans, so if you're in rural Mississippi, maybe avoid any high fives with furry strangers. The moral of the story: if your Uber driver says hop in, I'm taking the scenic route, check for truckloads of infected monkeys first. Honestly, this monkey has a better nightlife than most people. Hepatitis, herpes, COVID, and a highway getaway. We're just waiting for the merch. I survived the Mississippi Monkey Apocalypse t-shirts. Hot off the grill, Wendy's has landed in Brisbane. Yes, the US burger chain that says, "Where's the beef?" Yep, that was their slogan, and I mean, it's kind of true, because most of the beef landing on your buns is probably processed and farmed from those STD-carrying monkeys. The Wendy's opening is a win for burger lovers, a hazard for your waistline, and a national crisis for anyone who thought their diet could survive until November. What baffled me was the lineup on opening day. People sat outside for ages waiting to get inside the store. Surely there comes a time when you look at yourself in the mirror and think to yourself, wow, I'm lining up for Wendy's. Go to McDonald's, it's faster. After all, it's meant to be fast food, and all these food places are greasy as one another. And what about all the mascots out the front? Girls in red wigs representing Wendy's and bringing awareness to rangers. Look, Wendy's, I know you're in the US, but we're in Australia. Redheads aren't cool. They get bullied. Still, credit where credit's due. Those brave enough to rock the crimson locks and wait in line are officially heroes of fast food, or at least victims of poor decision making. More weather stories. Wow, my gosh. It's not great news for us here in the hot and humid Queensland, especially when you sleep next to someone who sounds like this. Turns out he has sleep apnea. Go figure. A study from Flinders University has found that heat waves make sleep apnea worse. Cases rise by 13% when it's hot and even more with every extra degree. Basically, if it's a sticky, humid night, your bedroom transforms from sweet dreams to a battlefield of snoring, gasping and tossing. It's like your bedroom becomes a nightclub, but no one's dancing. Everyone's wheezing and the DJ is your CPAP machine, blowing air in your face. And honestly, the real danger isn't just your health, it's that your partner will smother you with a pillow out of desperation. So yeah, crank up the AC, turn on the fan, or just invest into some industrial earplugs. Your sleep and your marriage might depend on it. Well, Optus has found itself in serious hot water again. Yes, another outage. Because apparently consistency means being consistently unreliable. This time, customers across southeast Queensland found themselves staring at no service like it was a new kind of meditation. Optus blamed it on an unplanned equipment failure, which is corporate speak for, "We have no idea what went wrong and please don't cancel your plan." Alerts went out to customers warning that emergency services might not be reachable, which is cute. Except when you've had 3 outages in the last few months, Optus connections may as well be optional. They had an outage back in September where over 600 calls went unanswered, and it contributed to at least 3 deaths. So yeah, maybe not their finest hour. At this rate, the cup and string is more useful than Optus, and that's a whole lot of string. Let's be honest, you'd have better luck reaching someone via smoke signals or yelling really loud than relying on them to answer your call. This next story is a bit of a mind bender and a moral roller coaster. Reports have just come in that Australians have lost a staggering $31 billion on pokies this year. That's billion with a B. Enough money to buy a lot of avocado on toast or maybe a small island. And in the middle of it all, we have someone who's trying to tackle this problem head on, a gambling professional who wants gambling banned. Sounds heroic, right? Well, here's the twist. This crusader against pokies still gambles themselves. Yes, it's kind of like a firefighter who occasionally sets small fires just to test the hoses. So today we're diving into the world of gambling, hypocrisy, billion-dollar losses, and the question on everybody's mind, can someone really fight a system while still being part of it? Strap in, it's about to get a little messy, a little shocking, and yes, a little ironic. And Cashout Kev is on the line. Good evening, Kev.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Harrison. Happy to be on the program.
Kev, it seems like you're in a bit of a high-lit area. Do you happen to be in a pokey room right now?
Yeah, mate, but only for research purposes. Got to understand the system and beat the system, you know.
Right. I just heard the sound of a jackpot go off behind you.
Oh, yeah, that's old Jackpot Jack on the Dragon League. He's been on that machine since Brecky. Bit of a local legend.
Look, Kev, you're quite on a nationwide ban on the pokies, but you're currently playing one. Is that correct?
Yeah, look, mate, I'm what you'd call an experienced gambler. I know how the system works. That's why I'm here. I'm not gambling. I'm gathering evidence.
Gathering evidence, all right. How much have you gathered today?
About $1,280. That's fine. I'm proving a point. If we ban pokies, I can't lose that money again. So technically, I'm saving the future me from financial ruin.
So you're losing money now to help statistics.
Exactly, mate. I'm contributing to the data. Someone's got to boost those numbers so people take it seriously. I'm basically a hero for problem gamblers.
But, Kev, that's not how statistics work, mate.
No, listen. Researchers say Australians are losing billions every year. Well, how are they going to prove that if blokes like me stop losing money? I'm doing my part. It's like charity, but dumber.
Kev, do you actually want pokies banned?
Absolutely, 100%. They ruin lives. As soon as I finish in this machine, I'm done. Unless I get my money back, then maybe one more go to take even.
Right, so you're fighting the system from inside the system.
Exactly, like James Bond, mate. James Bond had a loyalty card and a credit limit.
Kev, I think you might be the reason the stats look so bad.
See, I told you I was helping.
Well, Kev, that's all the time we have for today. Best of luck with the machine.
Thanks, Harrison. I think Jack won a few greenbacks, so I'll go ask him for a loan, eh?
What a mouthful, that guy. Now, it's time for the final story. As if Year 12 isn't already a stressful circus of caffeine tears and I'll start revising tomorrow, Brisbane State High managed to up the chaos this week after accidentally teaching their ancient history students the wrong topic for their final exam. Yep, instead of learning about Julius Caesar, the poor kids spent a term studying Augustus. So come the day of the exam, the paper may have been written in Japanese. It wouldn't have made a difference. So let's test this with my friends. Let's see how well they'll be on a test they know nothing about. Brisbane State High was in the news this week after teaching their students the wrong topic for their exams. So what I'm going to do is quiz the boys and ask them what they want to be quizzed on. But when it's time for the quiz them on something completely irrelevant to see if you can pass a test without knowing what's on the test. Brocky, if I had to interview you on any subject, what's your strongest thing? What's something you're a pro at?
Something that Brock's a pro at. Quiz him on a casino game.
Quiz him on casino game. Oscar, what's one thing you're good at? What's something you're a pro at that I can interview you on or quiz you on? Hey?
Who's this?
Harrison, you fool.
Trying to go like recent on UFC.
Quiz you on recent stuff on UFC.
Like last 5 years.
Okay, last 5 years UFC. Roger that.
Just maybe just like rugby league.
Rugby league, interview on rugby league.
Yeah.
Yeah, done. Thanks, mate.
Did Cookie say?
Cookie, UFC.
What did Brock say?
Casino games. Get out of here, fool. I'll be around soon.
Oh, I might be here.
Thanks, mate. I'll be around. So Oscar wanted to be quizzed on rugby league, but we're going to quiz him on Greek gods. Noah wanted to be quizzed on anything from the UFC from the past 5 years, so we're going to quiz him on women's netball of 2018. And Brock, he wanted to be quizzed on casino games, and we're going to quiz him on world politics. So let's see how it goes. Welcome to the classroom. All right, welcome to the classroom.
I'm ready.
Righto, brother. Welcome to the classroom. All right, Oscar, question number 1. Who was the Greek god of war?
Kratos.
It was Ares. Noah. Who was the head coach of the Australian Diamonds in 2018?
What? That's what I f***ing know.
Which 2 countries were the main superpowers in the Cold War?
Soviet Russia and USA.
Yeah, awesome. Number 2, which goddess sprung fully formed from Zeus's head?
Zendaya.
Athena. Which country defeated Australia in the gold medal match of 2018 at the Commonwealth Games?
France.
England. What year did the Berlin Wall fall, symbolising the end of the Cold War?
1999.
Close, 1989. Which god ruled the underworld?
The devil.
80s. What was the final score of that gold medal match?
7-3.
52-51. Who was the first woman to become Prime Minister of England?
Good question. No clue. I'm lost.
Margaret Thatcher. Question 4. How do you spell boy?
B-O-Y.
Nah, wrong. B-U-O-Y. Question 4. In 2018, which Australian player was named the Suncorp Super Netball MVP Championship?
God.
Question 4. What was the name of the US foreign policy plan to rebuild Europe after World War II? Number 5. The 2018 Super Netball season introduced a new rule about timeouts. What was it?
It lasts for 5 minutes.
Each team could call 2 timeouts per half. Final question. Which US president resigned in 1974 following the Watergate scandal?
What year was it? Sorry.
1974.
1974. It's Bush. I don't know.
No, Nixon. Number 5. Luca buys a large pizza with a diameter of 30 centimetres. He eats 3/4 of it. How much pizza area in centimetres square does he eat?
Pass.
How do you think he went?
Dog.
So what did we learn today? We learned that the Bureau of Meteorology can make a new weather app, but even though they don't want to use it. That Brisbane can't decide if it's a Sahara or SeaWorld. That somewhere in the Mississippi there's a monkey with more diseases and more freedom than most of us. That Wendy's is trying to make rangers cool again. Sleep apnea gets worse when it's hot. Optus is out again, proving once and for all that no service is their only consistent plan. Cashout Kev is single-handedly funding anti-gambling research by gambling himself, and that Brisbane State High students learned the wrong history, but hey, at least they'll be ready for the next year's topic. I'm Harrison Moore, and this has been the weekly wrap where the stories are real and the sense isn't. The only thing more unpredictable than the weather is the people reporting it. See you next week, same time, same chaos, and I'll catch you next week for episode 4.